All right, so we're continuing on some work on this. I still need to like walk around it and show you like the full details of it. The interior, I don't even think I showed this. There's a fucking cage in here, which is literally just for show. Look at where it's builded and how it's mounted to the car. This doesn't do any structural rigidity or help with safety at all. This is completely useless. Like, I'm gonna cut it off later on in this video, I reckon. I took the bumper off of the 325. We're gonna drill and zip tie that so that I can mount it onto the front of the car for now. I didn't show this, but look at these. You might recognize these from a different situation. These are my 16x8s style 5 that were on the black coupe, and these are the wheels that I sold the blue 323 video here if you haven't watched it from last year. I bought them back. So these will be going on the red car for stance purposes and sex appeal. So this is all drift stitched up nice and together, you know, one piece, doesn't flop around. Now just taking the 13s off of this primer. Look, it's been primered on top of the stock paint. Why didn't you just leave it blue, man, to match the rest of the car? Drift stitch broken. So I don't like M Sport bumpers anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna just get it off and put the SE bumper on it. Good place for your drill bit. So bumper is coming off, yeah? All the nuts and stuff is off. But here, we've undone the zip tie that was connecting these two. And then we get to this screw, which is self-tapered through in there. And it holds on to this part, which is the slider thing to hold the bumper on. There we go, now bumper is off and can throw it away. When we have the bumper off, we find out that one side has a inner arch, you know, as you would. The other side doesn't have shit, all right? Is this a drift car or is it a daily? Do you know what I mean? It's like half right now. It needs to decide. The SE bumper is on and this car instantly looks 1,000 times better. Imagine it actually low, but that's coming in a bit. Cool, so this is a different day. Today, I bought a motherfucking tool bag for the first time. All right, and I got some of these gloves because I don't want to fuck up my hands. The reason I got this tool bag, if we come over here, all right, we have my toolbox, which is in shambles because I basically ran it over in it. And plus I have like hammer and drill bits and other random shit that I want to just keep in all one place. So I think this bag from Machine Mart is gonna hook it up. It's got loads of compartments and shit like that. We're continuing on work on the K-Reg car. I'm gonna put some stock seats in it and try to cut that roll cage out, put them new wheels on and see if I can slam it. I do have Maxpeedingrods coilovers coming for it. I'll sort out my little tool bag and then we'll get going. So I've got some of it taken apart. This wing is gonna be coming off in a bit. I've got the other ones that I was taking off the other day. I want to keep these for the black car because they're quite nice condition. I mean, ignoring the paint and all the scratches, they're actually really straight and not rusted out at the bottom because I want to make that like a nice car. I've been going on about this. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to actually get that thing going, but one day I will be driving the black coupe again. Anyway, it's enough dreaming. I've undone these pretty good. These are the two that I'm worried about because the bonnet isn't really attached to anything else other than these here. So if I undo it, it might just flop back and just kill everything. The ones behind the door are done in here. One more thing about this car, which I don't know if I actually showed you lot, but if you look, you can definitely see the frame rail. It has a huge gouge in it. And if you look here, it's ripped a little bit. So I'm guessing what happened is a little front end damage, like kind of impact this way, but it was very minimal because if you look underneath, the damage and where this whole frame rail got bent was actually before the anti-roll bar mounting location, which is way before the actual strut tower. Really, all it was kind of cosmetic, really, because it was just this front sort of section of the rail that got kind of squished. Other than that, this fucking car is cherry. This side, the black wing is on. It's held on one bolt, the two holding on the bonnet, and one in here. That's all you ever need to hold a wing on. So we're coming to the other side now. And look, they have the original wheel arch and the weather stripping for it. Why did you change the arch if the entire thing was fine? They had not all three here bolts, but they had two of them on a replaced wing. Like, why bother with that? Anyway, both the wings, they're off now. So they'll be nice. They'll go on the black car eventually. Maybe in the year of 2021, maybe 2022. Maybe 2025, who knows? By the time I've got it back together, maybe they'll be banned from the roads. Who fucking knows? So I'm gonna put the other black wing on it. Oh, Razza's calling me. See what he's got to say. So Razza's run out of fuel and I'm on my way to save him now. Nice speed bump. I've got the one screw on this here, and maybe this one will go on eventually. I got the front one. But what we really have going on is this. The end of the bonnet, instead of going up here, which is where it's supposed to go, it's going against the wing and fucking everything up. But that's nice and fun. Pretty sick. I'm hyped on this. Love E36s. So I've been wrenching away and I got this fucking seat out. If you look in here, there's a hole that you can see. That is where this comes up. So you can imagine how easy it is to undo the bolt through the square. Spent about 4 hours fucking wrenching it. You have to flip the wrench, undo one bit, flip the wrench, undo a little bit, flip the wrench, do it again. Insanity. This is the biggest excuse. Like, this is not even a real drift car. Look, I haven't unbolted anything. This is how I bought it. All right, drift steering wheel, a fucking bucket seat with harnesses. These shits only grab you by the chest. At the bottom where your legs go, there's no straps. I'm taking these seats out because they filthy. Okay, I just don't like the way they look. I'm gonna put stock seats in it. It's much better. Here, like in the previous seat, we've got a bolt in there. Cool, holding the thing on. On this side, nothing. On the back, we've got one here. On that side, no way. So check this out. When you pull the seat towards out of the car, it totally just fucking bends. So what is that? Which safety standard is this built for? Can you explain? Why bother if you're not going to do it right? I can just pull this seat out by yanking on it. What? 4 years, bro, of taking off a million bolts that are just annoying. Let's finally rid this car of the trash that is this seat. Why do I feel like it's still mounted somewhere? I feel like the seat is mounted to the rail and the rail is mounted to the car, but they're not mounted to each other. Nah, something's wrong, bro. What's going on down there? Can we see? Oh, there is a mount down there. Super useful. Let me show you. So after you yank the seat away and remove it, then you get access to the bolt. Oh, what? I swear down. Okay, unfortunately, the silver coupe is gonna have to donate some bits for this fucking piece of shit. So far, I realized that I did have the right tool to undo the seatbelt bracket bolt. It has this like factory spacer thing and this weird like, I don't know what the fuck to call this. But it sits like this usually, right? Or like this or whatever. So you have to like rotate it and pull it out. So I'm gonna take this nut off and the one down here and just transfer that whole like seatbelt assembly into the K-Reg car, because that came with some weird shit. But for some reason they deleted the factory seatbelts. I don't understand why. A win for me having the right tool. Okay, so we're in the red car with a fully functioning and working seatbelt assembly. Wow, look at this. Jeez, if you crash, you're good. If you want to pull it out and put it on, cool. Good. So now I'm going to attempt to put the stock seat in the stock location, which has been fucked with. So there's supposed to be one stud, but this is no longer a stud and there's welds for some reason. This is like kind of stripped, but a bolt still goes in, same as this. So I'm going to try and put as many bolts in as possible in my stock seat and just drive like that, because that's... Stock seat is just fine. You don't need this bullshit. Standard factory seat is in. All 4 bolts are actually in. The main problem was this one here, because they had removed the stud, cross-threaded this bolt through the hole that they had made. It seems to work for now. Pod will probably destroy that and mean that I need to just get a different car. We'll see how it goes at Pod, because Pod is bouncy as fuck. For now, this is my driving situation. Stock seat, deep dish steering wheel, bless. Just showcase the standard seatbelt works. We get here, click, boom, safety. Let's see if it'll actually start. This has been sitting for a week. Easy, man. No problem. Scrap heap, man. Yeah.
Smells good, mate.
It's not low yet. Next thing is coilovers and lowering it. All right, so I've got a little angle grinder situation going on. what is behind those doors, oh my god, you lot don't even want to fucking know. His E34 is the sexiest thing ever. I'm out here trying to cut this fucking cage out. I think I'm gonna cut this top bit off first so that there's just 2 pieces and I can just take them all out easily. So Bevan is hooking it up once again. So if you lot wanna see what's up, I'll just give you a little sneak peek. 5 series ting. All right. So I'm just chilling in the back here with this thing. I don't want to get no sparks in my face. The cage, this was the only way holding it up. A little tack. Down here, this block is very dark, so you can't see. But it wasn't even welded to the car. It was just masking off the blue paint. Here, I've cut this in the middle, so it's all floppy now. Here, I cut this, so it's coming out. But look. What the fuck? Either way, it's a bit long doing this and vlogging. So I'm just gonna yank it out and show you lot after. Nice roll cage. Great. Thanks. Cool. So now I just have the stripped E36. No bullshit looking ass roll cage that will probably actually hurt me if I crash, because it wasn't even. It would have been metal flopping around inside the car. Like, that shit wasn't even mounted. I barely had to try to get rid of it. I may cut this plate off as well, quick thing, just while I'm here. I may try to see what's up about putting interior in this. All right, so this is how this thing sits now. And I am sorry that I longed it off so much to do the cage cut so that it was dark. But I hope you guys saw what you needed to see anyway. So this is where it snapped when I was taking it off. This is the beam that was connecting the rear. Dude, this is some HD footage,
no
bro.
Penetration. It's all stuck on top. Nothing penetrating inside. Can you see it?
Horrific welding, mate. No point.
Worse than mine.
I have the seatbelt assembly on the passenger side as well, with the passenger seat in. We're just going to be rocking stock seats. Like I said, stock seats are plenty with stock seat belts, because when they lock up nicely, the bottom part of the belt where it connects to the actual buckle side and goes across like your waist area, it like pushes you down into the seat really well. So that's really good for drifting. What I've done just now is lowered the rear. I took the adjusters out of the springs, but it looks like I'm going to need to cut them. I do think the coilovers are showing up today. Today is Tuesday, by the way, the day before the drift day, and we go into a hotel tonight, and I'm supposed to be working tonight, but I don't know if I'm gonna show up. All right, so quick thing, M50 B20 non-vanos, entire drivetrain and car underneath is completely standard. I looked, it has all the stock bolts, anti-roll bars and everything. It's 1000% standard underneath, apart from the welded diff, of course, and the blown out coilovers. When I say blown out, this is what I mean. They're not supposed to be looking like this, but other than that, it's a Calypso coupe. Sunroof, K-Reg, so 1992 if you don't know about that. Not really any body damage. Like, I mean, obviously the quarter panel is a little wobbly. There's a drift tap here, which is identical to the same one I have on the black coupe. It has some straight pipe, like back box cut off thing, but it sounds mean in it, so it's calm. Code shifter and short shifter, I feel. It has a hydro, which isn't plumbed in, but is mounted really well. It's got some like panel thing in the back here with the hazards and window switches, and the lighter for charger, fucking radio that I just put in, fire extinguisher, which is jokes. Check this out, it has a motherfucking book of papers, bro, service history and shit like that. So we got the coilovers. All right, Maxpeedingrods, they're hooking it up. So if you want some coilovers, just go to the Maxpeedingrods website and just buy that shit, because it's good. Prime example, the silver car. If you haven't seen the videos on it, watch up here, little thing's gonna come up. This shit has had the same coilovers that I'm getting right now on it for like 3 years, and it's been like curbed and crashed a million times, and the coilovers are still calm. True testament is really crashing a million times. So we got some new ones. They're going on this car for drift day tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, that was, I definitely opened it upside down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be putting the fronts in only because
Ooh,
I'm a riser.
camber.
Check it out. Fresh as fuck, yo. Camber plate, fresh shocks, fresh springs. Fuck yeah. So considering that I already lowered the rear to what I want. Basically, when it sits normally now, it's arched to rim, which is what you want. So now we've got the front end jacked up, sitting on the drift spares, which is shitty, ugly wheels. Don't look at them. Razza is gonna just do one side quick thing because we've got 2 impacts. He's hooking it up. So if you've never done the coilovers on E36, this is your wheel arch. This is your coilover. It goes up here. There's 3 bolts in the engine bay at the top hat. There is 3 bolts down here. 1 is a bolt and a nut. And then down here, this guy, boom. And on the other side, right there, So I've got this bolt off. I've got the two bottom ones, these ones off as well. Now I'm doing the top, but I wanted to show you what I meant about the top mount being wasted. This is the car off the ground with no load on the top mount, and look how it sits. But now I'm just undoing these. The coilover should just fall out basically. Oh yeah, Razza's already done. I'm out here still hammering.
First time as well.
Yeah. Man's filming out here, professional shit. These fucking things being stuck on here is the worst. No lie, it's been probably 10 minutes. Top mounts are in, gonna unbolt these guys and put them in this slot and slide this up that way for camber. This bolt is in, I need to tighten it. And same as these bottom two ones. Basically tightening everything up. I've already slammed it to the ground. So we're gonna see what kind of ride height that gives me. Hopefully I don't have to jack it up and readjust it. Changing the front coilovers changed how this entire car drives. It's actually crazy. What I was trying to say is the coilovers just changed the entire way the car handles. Like I can feel the tire like actually gripping the ground now instead of this blown out top mount. When you're gonna send a car, like when it's a cheap shit car like that, you don't really need like a proper rear setup. So this is why I've just kind of cut the springs and left it. All I wanted to achieve was the ride height effect, which is this almost tuck-in rim. Really, it's sitting kind of even. Raz's car is here. We're about to wash them. This is how his car sits with the knuckles and all that. But we're just waiting for the car wash now. We're gonna wash. Oh, that guy was trying to do a little fucking peel. But yeah, so we're just gonna wash the cars now, get them ready for tomorrow. And then next video you see should be the drift day, innit? So yeah, drift day coming up. See you lot next week. Peace.